My name is Ryan, and I am an agorist. Today we are talking about Napster, file sharing, and private property. In 1999, a teenager named Sean Fanning created a file-sharing application called Napster which took the world by storm. This application revolutionized how MP3 audio files could be shared. Anybody who was into computers at that time can remember how amazing it was to log into there and instantly find nearly any MP3 file that you wanted. One of the things that made Napster so cool was that it did not actually host the files which you downloaded using their application. Instead, Napster was a P2P, or person-to-person application. So when you wanted an audio file, Napster would connect your computer with another person's computer who had that file, and then your computer would download the file directly from them. Then, once you had downloaded the files, your computer would begin sharing them as well. Some people didn't like this. One of my favorite bands, Metallica, and their drummer Lars Ulrich led the charge to stop Napster. Metallica's claim was that people were sharing their music and they were being more or less cheated out of potential profits. Now, I can understand why Metallica would want people to purchase their music rather than download it from other people's computers. I can't fault them for being reluctant to change their profit model in the midst of changing technology. But history is full of industries growing and changing as a result of technology. Most people prefer the status quo. It feels safe, it feels predictable. Technology, though, is not safe and predictable. Innovation happens, new technologies appear, and people and industries then need to adjust to the new norm. Wheelwrights and the wooden wheel-making industry used to be central to everyday life, but when the technological landscape changed, that industry all but died out. I can understand why the wheelwrights would have preferred to continue doing what they were doing, but they eventually had to change their profit models. They had to find new ways to use their skills in order to make a living. Well, the music industry did not want to change. They did not want to update their profit model in the midst of changing technology. So they decided to use government violence to try and stop the technology. They wanted to stop people from sharing files between their computers. But I have to stop here and ask a question. Who owns your computer? Who owns my computer? Who has the right to decide what your hardware can and cannot be used for? Did Lars Ulrich and Metallica buy your computer? Did they own your hard drive? Do outdated record companies have more rights over your property than you do? Questions like this always come back to property rights, and the reality is that what you do with your property in your home is your decision and your decision alone. Your property, your choice. Our rights only extend to our own property, despite the machinations of politicians, regressives, and Luddites. Some people will always be around to pretend that they have more rights over you, your life, and your property than you do. But an agorist simply doesn't care. We do what's best for ourselves and for our families. We embrace technology, and we don't use violence to prop up dying profit models. Even though the entertainment industry still has a long way to go, Napster and the people who shared files person to person ended up changing the face of the entertainment industry. Since that time, we have seen the birth of iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Netflix, and countless other places where you can go to get music, movies, and other forms of entertainment on demand. Those all came about because of changing technology and a population who refused to limit themselves when better means of media consumption came along. Don't be like Lars Ulrich and Metallica, trying to control what other people do. Instead, be an agorist and make the most of your time, energy, and property. The status quo will eventually catch up. This is Techno Agorist, Episode 3.